I haven't talked about Sweet Baby Ink in a while. So this chick, the very definition of insanity, um, repeats the same thing, over and over, does the same thing over and over, expecting different results. This woman seems to think that people want and that they should prioritize inclusivity and representation when clearly that is not what gamers want. Gamers do not want, they don't give a flying crap. Uh, Inclusivity and representation doesn't mean anything if the game is bad, which is what happens with them. Every single game that these people have touched has flopped. People have been laid off. Studios have gone out of business because of them. Because they'd rather have inclusivity and representation than have a game that tells a good story. But Sweet Baby Inc. boss Kim Belair thinks AI should prioritize empathy and inclusion over profit in gaming as her games keep flopping. This is when you thought Sweet Baby Inc. couldn't get any more ridiculous. Their CEO, Kim Belair, has once again proven there is no bottom to the progressive virtue signaling rabbit hole. During GDC 2025, as pointed out on Twitter by the master of TDS, often first to plate when it comes to reporting on Belair and Sweet Baby Inc., Belair delivered this doozy of a statement. There is, unfortunately, a lot of prioritization of shareholders and of money over the employees who make games. We want to use AI to expand access and bring in more diverse voices, not replace them. Our focus on storytelling, empathy, and inclusion, and AI should serve those goals, not undermine them. This bitch still doesn't get that no one gives a flying fuck about inclusivity, representation, and all that other crap. And we'd rather just have good games because there's nothing more fun than trying to escape from the real world where you're getting bitched at about diversity, equity, inclusion, getting, crap like that, and then trying to escape into a video game where they're constantly, oh, it's so hard to be a woman, black power, and we're oppressed. Because there's nothing more fun than trying to escape from reality just to get hit with more fucking reality in a video game. Nothing more fun than that. Is what, because clearly is what game development needs right now. Less money. Yes, you heard that right. Kim Belair, a woman who once appeared to admit on a podcast to having a physical attraction to Bowser. Yes, she apparently has a physical attraction to Bowser. I mean, who wouldn't? Oh, that big old turtley Chad. Genuinely thinks the big issue plaguing the gaming industry, an industry drowning in layoffs, canceled projects, and collapsing profit, is there's too much focus on, well, profits. And her magic solution, empathy-focused AI. This is why the gaming industry has been so shitty lately for the last couple of years because of companies like this. These, actually, let me bring up my specialty, my handmade meme that took me ages. Like, this took me ages to make. Because I felt like it was necessary. Trying to find it. I think I put it in here. I have like the meme folder. Where is it? Is it at the bottom? Yeah. My germs. Yeah. This is Sweet Baby Inc. in modern games. Everything they touch is destroyed and tainted. And they don't realize people don't want them around. They don't realize this. Or they do, or they just don't care. But yeah, this was hours of hard working, and I had schematics all laying out, and I was like, okay, what's the right way to go about this? And I had to call up a few people, like, hey, I'm working on this meme. How should I go about this? And we got on like Discord and all these, we had to set out this whole plan about how to go about this. I had to hire the best, I go on, had to commission people. It was brutal. Yeah, these people seem to think that players, normal players, regular, everyday Joes like yourself, they seem to think that everyday people give a flying crap about diversity, equity, and inclusion. Now, I've said before, diversity, equity, and inclusion can work when it's done well, but Sweet Baby Inc. doesn't do it well. Their characters are stereotypical, their stories are terrible, the characters are unrelatable. And isn't that the whole point of diversity, equity, and inclusion? To feel represented? But when they're just a bunch of stereotypes or terribly written characters, you're not going to connect to them. You're not going to be like, oh my god, that's literally me. If the person dies, it's like, like Ivan Drago. If he dies, he dies. It's like, you don't care about them. They could have their head hacked off in front of it, and you're like, oh, well, easy come, easy go. Let's pause for a second and reflect on Kim Belair's track record, which offers all the credibility of a dumpster fire. Goodbye, Volcano High. Remember this gem? A game so cringeworthy and aggressively political that gamers mocked it relentlessly before it had even had a chance to flop. Its greatest contribution to gaming history was being laughed at in YouTube reaction compilations. Goodbye, Volcano High. Huh. Alright, so this is Goodbye, Volcano High. Goodbye, horses. Goodbye, Volcano High, launch trailer at PS5 and PS4.
Though we know very little, scientists say the asteroid's electromagnetic atmosphere may cause some minor interference with electronics.
And we'll be right back after this commercial break.
So, welcome back, seniors. Believe me when I say that this year will fly by, and you will find yourselves wishing you'd taken more time to prepare.
So it's Life is Strange with dinosaurs? Did a 5-year-old write this? Like, they just like, here kid, here's some concepts that we have going around. Oh, and there's that game Life is Strange. Now I want you to read that over. And like the kid just watched some videos of Life is Strange and they're like, you don't want to be great? Life is Strange with dinosaurs.
You really aren't thinking about it? A big kaboom?
Bet this would be a good spot to be if it hits.
Who are you?
It's gonna be fine. Just gotta make it to the summer tour.
So yeah, it's like Life is Strange with dinosaurs, because apparently, when it comes. So wait, so they're still, are they expecting a meteor or something, or a volcano to erupt? But they also are living far enough in the future to have technology. This is like a freaking Dinosaurs, the show Dinosaurs. How they had society and all that, but they still couldn't survive the cold. Remember the final episode of Dinosaurs? Yeah. This advanced dinosaur civilization where they're all in houses and this and that. And they couldn't withstand the cold. The same crappy music, the same kind of crappy voice acting, the same kind. It's just Life is Strange with dinosaurs. Um, Suicide Squad killed the Justice League. Oh my god, we've talked in great amount of kill the Suicide Squad to kill the Justice League. Unknown 9 Awakening. God, that game was a snore fest. I was watching Vera Dark play it just to fall asleep. The game was that boring. I put on Vera, and it's not Vera whose fault it was the game. But I put on the game, to watch her play it, put it on my 27-inch screen, turned the screen towards my bed, and I just laid there, and I watched it and fell asleep because the game was so fucking boring. And glitchy. You know, you had people walking forward. They're moonwalking. They're like they're walking forward, but they're like... It was so glitchy, and it was a released game. It wasn't like, oh, this is beta. No, it was the release. But it was such a boring game that every night that she played it, I was over there falling asleep. I'd wake up 3 hours later or so, and she was still playing it. I'm like, what time is it? At this point, Sweet Baby Inc.'s involvement in a project practically guarantees the game's doom. Yet here, Belair doubling down, suggesting developers use artificial intelligence not to craft better gameplay, compelling stories, or immersive worlds, but to expand access and inclusion. Like, is Belair envisioning a future where AI-generated scripts are forced through ideological filters? Where games must fulfill quotas for characters diversity, quotas for character diversity dictated by algorithms? Again, this chick just doesn't learn. Brainwashed, stupid, malicious, or a combination thereof. Not that Belair's opinions matter to her business as long as business is long for this world. Once the video game industry finishes its crash, she'll be out of business and forever remembered as the last person to take advice from. Again, keep in mind, every company she's worked with, games have failed and people have had to be either laid off or studios have gone out of business. And yet nothing ever happens to them. They never have to worry about laying people off because they've already been paid. It's the perfect business strategy. They crash one studio, they move on to the next studio who's stupid enough to work with them. But again, people don't give a flying fuck about inclusion if the story is bad. If the characters are trans, great. If the characters are black, wonderful. Make them good characters. But this dumb bitch doesn't seem to know that. She just makes the bare minimum. Oh, this character is going to be black, and it's going to be a strong black woman. Oh, wow, how original. Totally relatable to all the people playing. Totally relatable to all the black people playing. You know, they're always stereotypes. For someone who wants inclusion and diversity, these dumb-ass bitches sure focus on stereotypes a lot. Instead of coming up with real character, you know, real personality. It's like the person's black. Okay, well, what's their personality? What do you mean, what's their personality? They're black. That's not a personality. Well, this character is going to be gay. Okay, cool. So what's their personality going to be like? I just told you, they're gay. Sorry, being gay is not a personality trait. But that's what these people don't understand. If you want black people, great. We're not opposed to black people in games. We're not opposed to other people of colors in games, or trans, or bi, or whatever. We're just tired of shitty written characters and terrible stories. All of this good stories and good characters being sacrificed for DEI. Because these highly educated, highly creative individuals aren't smart enough to be able to do both at the same time. It's either one or the other. You either get diversity that's really, really, really bad, or you get a really good story and good characters that aren't diverse. They can't seem to do both. They are incapable of doing both. And the fact that AI and prioritize empathy and inclusion. Again, people aren't playing games for the inclusion. I'm not playing The Legend of Zelda hoping that I have to sit there and listen to Link going through an existential crisis about his fucking gender identity. No, I play these games to escape reality, to have fun, not to be preached to, not to be told that, oh, I'm a straight white man, so I'm the source of all evil in the world. Not to have to sit there and have to listen to, oh, do you think I like not being able to be comfortable with who I am? We don't want to hear it. We just want to play the game and have fun. That's why we're spending $70 and $80 on it. But what do I know? I'm just a faux Bistonism. This chick needs to just go away. Sweet Baby Inc. needs to go away. Forever. Forever. I think Sweet Baby Inc. needs to be bought by China. But yeah, what do you expect from her? These people don't learn, and despite the fact that all these companies have been affected that they've worked with, whether people have been laid off or entire studios have gone out of business, people are still stupid enough to work with them. Modern day. Anyway, that's going to do it for me. You guys know the drill. I'll see you guys later. Bye, guys.